If you're unsure of what an EXO is, an exponential organisation, which is one that's exponentially or disproportionately better than its competition, up to 10x. Actually, it's getting a lot more than that now. Let's stick with 10x with that. Most people have trouble just accepting that. Well, if you don't understand what lean is, or if you've seen lean and it hasn't worked, you've tried to create change within your business, that hasn't worked either. You've got a good team, but you know they're great. You know they've got a couple more levels in them that they can go up yet. But you've had someone come and try to do change management, or you've tried to do it yourself and you failed. There's very good reasons why. Unbox Thursday, 9 AM. I've got a couple of spots left. I'll let the other beanie do a sales pitch to you for $97. You can come and save yourself years, months, if not years of heartache in driving 2-second lane and exponential results. I'll let Beanie tell you all about it right now. DM me when you're ready to come along, or hit the m.me down the bottom corner there, or up the top there is my WhatsApp. I'll tell you details on how you can come. I'll let him do the sales pitch, then I'm going to show you the #1 tool that I'm going to show you in the workshop, which is going to cost you the highly exorbitant price of $9 US per month, which will create about 8, I think it is, from memory, of the 11 core attributes that exponential organisations, one that have drive 10x results, have. All right, flick you over to Beanie. I'll do some sound checks and then we'll get into it. If you walk out of a workshop with a mile-long to-do list, the technical term for that workshop is a waste of your time. That's why I specifically reverse engineered Unboxed, so that your time isn't wasted. In fact, there's only 2 reasons why someone like you shows up. You're big enough to admit that you don't know what you don't know.
A wonderful bit of research by a guy called David Dunning at Cornell, who's pointed out that in order to know how good you are at something requires exactly the same skills as it does to be good at that thing in the first place.
And you know that you're going to need a who to get the how done. If you lead a team of 10 plus, you live on the Sunshine Coast, and you want your team to create a real breakthrough in Q4 of 2025, then this might be exactly what you've been looking for. At Unbox, we're not going to pile more tasks onto you, and we're going to reset what good looks like. In session 1, we're going to uncover what is your real bottleneck, and then map out a 9-day plan that your team can start to execute the next week. You'll name someone within your business who's going to own it, set up tight feedback loops, and make your team's progress visible via a simple live scoreboard. No jargon or any other bull, just a simple process that your people can run. The date, time and the price are all in my bio, and there is only 5 spots. That's not going to change. When you're ready, DM me, I want in. We'll have a quick chat about locking in a spot, or see the workshop trailer video, DM me, I'm keen. Alright, so I'm going to get straight into this tonight. No mucking around. Let's chuck that onto that function so that you see me a bit better. Okay. Platform that I'm going to tell you about is Skool. So if you click on the top link there, skool.com/sign up ref blah blah blah, they'll take you across to the actual Skool platform. Okay. Second one down the bottom there is a community that I run, which is called, actually I'll throw it in another box for you. I'll split these up. We'll do this the way I should have done it the first time, which is not to post them both in one thing. Why is that doing that? Why have you done that, Beanie? Alright, so the first one that you're going to see, go there if you want to check the Skool platform out, and then if you want to check out the community that I'm building called Construction Skool, all you need to do is take that one off, take that one on. Check that one out. Skool.com/Scrum. Just for 100% transparency, I am an affiliate of Skool. It is the best platform for this that on the interwebs that I have seen. I might make a small commission if you spend that massive amount of, what is it, $9 a month. You can get it. There's an upgrade, which is like 97. I spend about 150, 160 bucks a month, which is the reason why I've got a pretty little link there. But you don't need to do that for the purpose of what you're doing. The $9 version will do everything that you want. Now I'm going to shrink myself down here so you can see. I'll move myself over here. You can see what's going on. Hopefully that's big enough. Excuse me, a little bit of water. So, guy called Salamusma, who's super smart. He's involved with he has a business, and he's involved with Peter Diamandis as well. What they did is, he was actually the vice president for Yahoo when Yahoo was still a startup, wasn't even 10 years old. He was the vice president of innovation, so he knows what he's doing. He's done this a time or two. They studied the startups to work out what was getting them to $1 billion quick. Like when they used to talk $1 billion quick, and this is going back to when I first started playing with this stuff, which was about 2018, 2019, somewhere around there, I think. A startup that scaled to $1 billion in 10 years was quick. And they used to call that a unicorn because they were so rare. I seen one the other day that I think went from 0 to $1 billion in 3 years or something now. Sam Altman, the guy that, I think it's Altman, the guy that owns ChatGPT, OpenAI, he's forecasting that in the next few years you're going to see a one-person business with purely AI working with him go to $1 billion. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, they've worked out they've got these attributes. These are the things that they do, okay? So they use interfaces, they use dashboards, they do experiments, they set it up so that people can operate autonomously, they have a lot of autonomy. They use social technologies, Slack, chats, all that sort of stuff. They have staff on demand, think Uber. They leverage a community and a crowd. Another platform called GitHub does that. They use algorithms, they use leveraged assets, I'll explain that to you in a minute, and they create engagement. I'm using a lot of these things right in this right now. So this Miro board that I'm running at the moment that you're looking at, this is an interface. This interface is off, drags all of the information in for this workshop. I'll just scroll for you so you'll see I've got videos there that I'm going to run. I'm not doing death by PowerPoint. This is not what we'll be doing during this workshop. Come on, expect to do things. Most of it I'll be doing on the whiteboard. These are just purely prompts for me and stuff that you could take away to reference back later on. And then there's some videos, which is all about to change your thinking, to embed in your thinking just how powerful 1%ers are and how much they compound, and to embed in your thinking how easy it is, or it's easier. 10x, there's a book called 10x is easier than 2x. It's easier to think 10x and drive towards 10x than it is towards 2x. I'm going to show you a process. It's all process driven. Show you a process that you can use to do that. I'm not saying you're going to go away and get 10x results. I know nothing about you, nothing about your business, whether you'll take any of this stuff and actually use it or do anything with it. So I'm not making you any snake oil salesman promises. What I'm going to show you is the stuff that I do that I know works for me with the businesses that I work with every single day. I don't talk about it. I do this stuff, live and breathe it. Okay, so let's get back to Skool. How does Skool do this? So, number one, interface. It is, Skool's probably not an interface. It does have dashboards within it, and actually, we'll go across. Have a look right now. So, this one's pretty important. And I was just watching a video today of a guy that's actually won what they call a Skool game. So you can drive income out of this as well as build your culture, okay? So he's just won the Skool games. For his monthly returning revenue was $330,000 odd out of a Skool platform, and he's operating that by himself. Takes him 90 minutes a day. Very smart guy. He's got it set up extremely well. One of his key things that he looks at is this little dashboard here, because this tells him, he said his number one thing, you know what the number one thing that he said, and this is a massive lesson in this, he said the number one thing that's driven him, well, he gets better results than, I think he said, like he gets, his results that he get are in the top 5-10% of the community, but he says he does 15 times more often he turns up on Skool and everyone else. Every day. I think out of 365 days, he missed 6 days where he didn't turn up. And then this colour here tells you how many activities or how many interactions. So he books, I think he said 90 minutes a day he puts into going into his community and answering people's questions. That's how he gets through everyone and answers everyone's questions every day, which sits him at, I think he does 45 hours a month or something like that is the math from memory. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong, it was about that. But he boiled it down, he said he was making, basically he said why would he outsource it, he's in there, he's making $7,000 something an hour for the time that he puts in to go and answering their questions and building his Skool community. Skool does dashboards exceptionally well, and you can spend a lot of time messing around trying to set dashboards up. You don't need to. You can go, this is another box that Skool ticks, which is leveraged assets. When they're talking about leveraged assets, they're going, what's an asset that you can use? This is why these startups grow so quick. They don't own anything. They tend to rent everything. They'll go and, if you look at Uber, they don't have anything. They don't have any cars or anything. It's just your app. That's all they've got, right? In leveraged assets, the way that you do that within your business is go and find a platform like Skool where they've done all the hard work, all the web development, or they putting the dashboards in there that you need to be able to see, the way that they've created it so you can post. There's literally millions of dollars gone into building this platform, and you can just go there and pay a small fee and use it and be up and running. Like you could sign up for Skool and be posting, I reckon, inside 10 minutes, if not 5. Okay, so it gives us dashboards. What we can then do is get people to experiment within you. I'm going to show you a process which is in session 2, or it might be in session 3, where we go, take an idea, we create a hypothesis, then we create an experiment, and then we either learn something or we create a breakthrough. Now, we're not talking about hundreds and thousands of dollars and all the rest of it. In fact, they recommend that you keep the experiments to a week and keep them under $100. The more you constrain people, the better the ideas that they come up with. So we get those experiments going in there. It creates autonomy because they can get in there and do experiments and help other people. We're driving autonomy with it as well. Social technologies, you can message within the platform if you want it as well inside Skool. Community and crowd, stuff on demand, you could actually use it. I've thought about this. And this is the way I'm using it within the construction industry, is I'm looking to, disrupt the labour hire market, but I don't want average people. I only want outliers, ones that want to come and learn to do the stuff that really moves the needle. So by doing that, I can put guys in there and they can come and train. Train on lean, train on scrum, train on project management, do all these sorts of training programs inside there. So they'll be ready to go. Not that I want to hire them out. I don't want anything to do with that. I'll make my money a different way. But you could do that as well. Community and crowd, you can leverage off your crowd or community, give them a problem, and then put a prize up like Peter Diamandis does with X Prize. Algorithms, really not so much. Leverage assets, as we've spoken about. Yes, it does drive that. And engagement drives that as well. If you've got a leaderboard in there, I won't show you because my platform's actually private, so I don't want to flick anyone's face up on there. But there's a leaderboard in there that you score points for putting posts up and putting content up that people like. Drives a leaderboard. Person gets a bragging rights at the end of the month. I think they run a 7-day leaderboard, they run a 30-day leaderboard, and they run an all-time leaderboard. So you can run competitions or whatever it may be to drive engagement in your business. I would be using this from 2-second lean perspective, where I would have you can put categories in there, and I would have categories of process improvements in there. And this is really making it lean because you can go from the phone straight to the app and record straight into the community, and then everyone that's in there within your business can see that. Before you used to have to record it, then you'd edit it, and then you'd upload it to YouTube, and then you share it to WhatsApp. You can just do it straight from the phone. Yeah, we had this problem, this is it just here, we made this fix, bang, bang, done. Lean as a MOFO. Anyway, so we're going to spend a bit of time on that. I'm going to show you around inside the Skool community. I'll show you around it. We can go and jump across now if you want and dive into, let me come back so you can see me a bit better, dive into skool.com/scrum. You're going to go in there and have a look. You do have to apply to get in, but I always approve those pretty quick. Go across there and have a look before the workshop if you want. Check it out. See what I'm doing there. I've got to admit, I've been slack and I have not been in there every single day like I need to. And there's another function coming very soon, which is going to drive what I'm doing, and that is live. So you'll be able to do live videos, just like you go live on Facebook or live like I'm on LinkedIn now, or live on YouTube. You're able to do lives inside Skool as well. Anyway, that's it. Talked enough about it. If you're ready to come, message me by Facebook. There's my WhatsApp up the top there. So I'm keen, and I'll send you the details. Grab a spot if there's any left, but it's on Thursday, so it's literally 2-3 days away. Get moving. Speak soon. If you walk out of a workshop with a mile-long to-do list, the technical term for that workshop is a waste of your time. That's why I specifically reverse engineered Unboxed, so that your time isn't wasted. In fact, there's only 2 reasons why someone like you shows up. You're big enough to admit that you don't know what you don't know.
A wonderful bit of research by a guy called David Dunning at Cornell, who's pointed out that in order to know how good you are at something requires exactly the same skills as it does to be good at that thing in the first place.
And you know that you're going to need a who to get the how done. If you lead a team of 10 plus, you live on the Sunshine Coast, and you want your team to create a real breakthrough in Q4 2025, then this might be exactly what you've been looking for. At Unbox, we're not going to pile more tasks onto you, and we're going to reset what good looks like. In session 1, we're going to uncover what is your real bottleneck, and then map out a 9-day plan that your team can start to execute the next week. You'll name someone within your business who's going to own it, set up tight feedback loops, and make your team's progress visible via a simple live scoreboard. No jargon or any other bull. Just a simple process that your people can run. The date, time and the price are all in my bio, and there is only 5 spots. That's not going to change. When you're ready, DM me, I want in. We'll have a quick chat about locking in a spot, or see the workshop trailer video, DM me, I'm keen.